So one of the other big things that's happened this year is when government has been pushed now to actually start this reform process, because it's seen as one of the critical levers to get the growth going again. And we've heard a lot of talk about it. And there's a lot of low-hanging fruit in terms of what can be done. I mean, the legislation's been sitting in the wings for years. And at long last, I think because of the desperation in the electricity supply sector with Eskom's travails, we're now starting to see Section 34 determinations coming out in the Energy Act, which is allowing new producers to come in, and people and municipalities and companies to buy from other than Eskom. So that's been an important consideration, and now all of a sudden money's starting to flow into the independent power producers, and they're fast tracking that. So that's a positive. Our special economic zones are another important area of trying to get things going. Certainly the companies in South Africa invested about 44 billion into the special economic zones, which were the old the industrial development zones and decentralization zones from days of old, and they've put about 44 billion into those to develop them. They're still relatively underdeveloped, but we've got now the Chinese coming in the Messina Mercado special economic zone, and they're going to put in 145 billion into that one special economic zone on its own. Build steel plants, their own power plant. They're going to require a lot of water. There's lots of concerns about environmental aspects of all of this, but there are all sorts of deregulations that are having to take place because of this. So there are lots of changes that are actually taking place in the country at the moment, and they're just forced changes in order to get the show rolling, because things are, other than the retail side of it, the commercial side of it is actually very quiet.